Ladies and gentlemen, Bold and the Beautiful fans, buckle up, because the upcoming episode for Thursday, August 21st promises to be one of the most shocking, twisted, and dramatic chapters we've seen in quite some time. A night that begins with glamour, secrets, and celebration may quickly unravel into a whirlwind of deception, temptation, and betrayal. And at the very center of this storm? None other than Will Spencer, Elektra Forrester, and Luna Nozawa. So let's dive deep and break down exactly what's about to unfold, why it matters, and how this tangled web of lies could forever change the fates of our favorite characters. The first shocking twist in this episode revolves around Luna putting on a mask, and not just in the literal sense. This mask becomes her weapon, her shield, and her silent accomplice. It allows her to move undetected, to become someone she is not, and most dangerously, to play with other people's emotions. For weeks, we've watched Luna lurk on the edges of the storyline, her motives unclear, her loyalties uncertain. But now, with this disguise, she steps onto the main stage of deception. In soap opera history, masks have always carried symbolic weight, whether it's to hide scars, to impersonate a rival, or to step into a role that doesn't belong to you. Here, Luna's mask introduces the perfect recipe for mistaken identity. A dimly lit room, a haze of alcohol, a man who sees only what he wants to see, and suddenly, the unimaginable becomes possible. But why would Luna risk everything in such a reckless scheme? Is she deliberately plotting to sabotage Elektra and Will's relationship? Is she craving attention and validation in a twisted way? Or perhaps she's desperate to live out a fantasy, stepping into Elektra's shoes, even if only for one stolen moment. This isn't simply about covering her face. It's about burying her truth. Every second she keeps that mask on, the line between Luna and Elektra blurs, creating a ticking bomb that's bound to detonate. Now, let's shift focus to Will Spencer, who quickly becomes the perfect victim of this elaborate game. On paper, Will is a man who should know better. He has a devoted partner in Elektra Forrester, he's celebrated for his charm, and he seems to have it all. But beneath the polished surface lies vulnerability, and in this episode, those cracks begin to widen. Spoilers reveal that Will's judgment is heavily impaired. Whether it's alcohol, drugs, or the intoxicating rush of the party atmosphere, he isn't thinking clearly. The music is pounding, the lights are flashing, and his inhibitions start to crumble. And that's when the danger creeps in. He sees a woman who looks, walks, and acts like Elektra. The familiar perfume, the same hairstyle, the same confident energy. But it's not Elektra, it's Luna, perfectly disguised. To Will, in that fog of intoxication and adrenaline, there's no difference. He believes he's with the woman he loves. Here lies the heartbreaking dilemma. Was Will truly unfaithful, or was he cruelly manipulated? This blurred line between choice and confusion is where the drama of the bold and the beautiful thrives. No matter how much sympathy we might have for him, the truth remains. Elektra has been betrayed, whether intentionally or not. And once that trust is broken, it can never fully be restored. And this is where everything spirals out of control. The spoilers suggest that Will and Elektra go far beyond harmless flirting. They cross into dangerous, forbidden territory, an intimate moment that changes everything. But of course, the horrifying truth is that it's not Elektra at all. It's Luna. Just pause and let that sink in. Will believes he's sharing a tender, passionate connection with his girlfriend, only to later face the devastating reality that he has been with someone else entirely. The guilt, the betrayal, the shame, it's the kind of emotional wreckage that can haunt a man forever. For Elektra, the fallout could be catastrophic. Imagine discovering that your partner didn't just cheat on you, but did so under circumstances so bizarre, so twisted, that you don't know who to blame. Is Will the villain, or is Luna the mastermind? Either way, her heart is shattered. And what about Sheila? If she uncovers this secret, it becomes a weapon she can wield for weeks, maybe months. Blackmail, manipulation, power. She thrives on exploiting weaknesses, and this one is golden. This encounter is not just about lust. It's about betrayal born from lies, about blurred identities, about the fragility of trust in a world where appearances deceive. It's the collision of love, lust, and lies, and when the truth surfaces, the explosion will be unstoppable. As chaos brews inside the party, a parallel storyline unfolds with just as much firepower. When Lee realizes that Luna has mysteriously vanished, her calm, composed demeanor cracks. Panic surges through her because she knows Luna's history, her unpredictability, her secrets, and her dangerous connections. Lee fears the worst. But here's the twist. Instead of turning to the police, instead of calling Ridge or Finn, Lee does the unthinkable. She reaches out to Sheila Carter. Yes, Sheila, the very woman who has been both ally and enemy, destroyer and protector. It's an alliance no one expected, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Lee knows Sheila has her own obsessive interest in Luna, and that makes her the one person relentless enough to track her down. The two unlikely partners begin their frantic search. Sheila's instincts immediately scream that Luna hasn't simply wandered off. This disappearance reeks of design, of calculation. Sheila becomes convinced that Luna is deliberately inserting herself into the night's festivities, and worse, that she has her eyes set on Will Spencer. Now imagine this moment. Sheila pushes through the crowd, her sharp eyes scanning every corner, her pulse quickening as she follows her gut. And then, in true soap opera fashion, she stumbles onto the unthinkable, Will and Luna, tangled in a forbidden embrace, hidden in the shadows of an alley. The sheer rage, the betrayal, the potential for blackmail. Sheila's discovery isn't just explosive, it's nuclear. Because in Sheila's hands, this secret can topple reputations, destroy relationships, and fuel weeks, maybe months, of manipulation. So once the dust settles, where does this tangled mess leave everyone? If word of Will's betrayal spreads, the fallout will be devastating. Elektra Forrester, loyal and radiant, could see her entire world collapse in a single night. She has loved Will, trusted him, and believed in his commitment. To learn that he strayed, even if under false pretenses, will cut her deeper than any knife. The heartbreak may be unbearable, but worse yet, it may harden her into someone colder, more ruthless. And Will? His entire future is on the line. Betrayal doesn't just wound the partner, it scars the betrayer. The guilt will gnaw at him, the shame will haunt him. Did he truly cheat, or was he cruelly manipulated by Luna's mask and disguise? That gray area will torment him, driving him into reckless choices, dark corners, and perhaps even self-destruction. Then comes Luna herself, the woman behind the mask. Was this elaborate deception part of a calculated plan, or did she too become lost in the dangerous fantasy she created? Either way, she has now entangled herself in a scandal so messy that escape may be impossible. And hovering in the background is Sheila Carter, holding the biggest weapon of all, the truth. If Sheila decides to expose what she saw, the consequences will ripple across Los Angeles. If she chooses silence, that silence will come at a price she'll make Will, Lee, or even Luna pay. Secrets are Sheila's currency, and this one is worth a fortune. But let's not forget, on this show, secrets never stay buried. Los Angeles has a way of dragging the truth out into the light, and when it comes, it will devastate everyone involved. And so, Bold and the Beautiful fans, we stand at the edge of one of the most thrilling cliffhangers in recent memory. This isn't just a story of romance gone wrong. It's a saga of hidden identities, twisted deceptions, forbidden encounters, and devastating consequences. On Thursday, August 21st, we may be witnessing the very moment that redefines several characters forever. Will Elektra discover the betrayal and walk away from Will for good? Will Sheila seize the scandal and use it as blackmail to regain control over those who've defied her? Or will Will bury his mistake so deep that it festers in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to explode? The mask will eventually come off, make no mistake about that. And when it does, hearts will shatter, alliances will break, and lives will be changed forever. So now I turn the question to you. Do you think Will is guilty? Or was he tricked into this betrayal by Luna's deception? Do you believe Elektra will catch them in the act? Or will Sheila hold this secret like a ticking time bomb, ready to detonate when it suits her? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you love diving deep into these explosive spoilers, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a single twist. Because on The Bold and the Beautiful, one thing is always guaranteed. The truth may hide in the shadows, but it never stays there for long.